Who would have thought the internet is mad at something again? So I guess it's my duty to cover what nonsense people are whining about today, and it's all about dudes and waifus. So Wuthering Waves just dropped the announcement for the upcoming 5-star characters for patches 1.3 and 1.4. It's sparking some serious conversation in the gacha community. We've got the stunning Shorekeeper, the elegant Camellia, as well as some new 4-star additions, Yuhu and Lumi. I mean, that sounds great, right? But apparently not for everyone. Some folks are asking, where are the men? And that's led to a heated debate in the community, so let's just dive into it. The debate is, where are the men in Wuthering Waves? It's true, I mean, we've had Gion at launch, and we just had Shangli Yao as a free character in the 1.2 patch for nearly everyone. But now the community is buzzing with the question, should there be more male characters in this game? Is it a fair concern, or are people just overreacting and whining? The reaction to this discourse ranges from who cares to men don't sell, and my personal favorite, go and play Love in Deep Space or an Otome game if you want dudes in your game. Hold on, really? Suggesting that if you want more male characters, you must want to date them? I mean, that's the point of an Otome game. It's a dating sort of romance female-led game. I mean, it's just ridiculous. RPGs and Otome games couldn't be more different. That's kind of like saying, oh, you enjoy Fortnite while you'll love Animal Crossing. It's really dismissive and not helping the conversation at all. So let's break this down into 3 key points. Do men sell? Are people justified in wanting more male characters? And does it even matter? So let's go to point 1. Do men sell? And the short answer, the TLDR to all of this, is yes. Let's not pretend that male characters don't rake in the cash. Look at Love in Deep Space. It's literally fueled by people willing to throw their money at hot husbandos. But let's bring it back to RPG gacha games. People do spend money on them. Look at Honkai Star Rail for an example. Estimates show that Dan Heng, Imbibita Lune, and Blade both outsold Kafka. Now, yes, Imbibita Lune was meta at the time, but he still sold more than even Jing Liu, a female character. And Blade? Sure, he was strong, but he wasn't game-breaking in any way, yet he sold more than Kafka, who was the talk of the town. This kind of just proves that male characters can sell, especially when they're well designed, powerful, and have a decent story associated with them. But often it seems like they don't get as many opportunities to be so and have those compelling narratives. Female characters tend to dominate in those areas, with exceptions like Imbibita Lune, Nouvelle, and even like Al-Haytham, who had strong stories and were also meta-defining for their time. And guess what? They still sold pretty well. Let's not forget characters like Kazuha in Genshin, who was basically the most sought after support in Genshin for years, or Wanderer, whose exploration kit is straight up broken. So yes, men sell when they're given the spotlight and kits to match. So let's talk about point 2. Are people justified in wanting more male characters? Let's look at some numbers. Excluding standard characters and free units, here's the breakdown. In Genshin Impact, 40% of the limited 5-star units are male. In Honkai Star Rail, it's 35%. And then we've got Wuthering Waves, and guess what? Really, only one dude in the roster so far, and that's like 12%. That's a pretty big drop compared to the other games. Honkai Star Rail released its 1.0 patches with an abundance of men, and that didn't really negatively affect their sales in any particular way. However, it's still early days for Wuthering Waves. The game is just starting, and we shouldn't jump to conclusions too quickly. There are some heavy hitters like Geshu Lin and Scar that fans are dying to see. If Kuro Games doesn't make these guys playable eventually, then yeah, people would have every right to be mad. Both male and female players are hyped for these characters. It would be nice to see more dudes, but let's not lose our minds over it just yet. At the same time, telling people to go play another gacha if they want male characters is not helpful. It's exclusionary, and it reminds me of the toxic side of the Genshin community. Rather than addressing valid concerns, some fans just tell others to leave instead of actually having a real discussion or conversation. A lot of male players also want strong, cool dudes in their gacha games. I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of female fan service, but it's always fun to shake things up with more variety. So, point 3, does it even matter? Well, that depends. It matters if it matters to you. If having more male characters is important to you, then it's valid to voice that opinion. And let's be real, people talking down to others for wanting more dudes, that's some loser behavior. If someone tweets they want to see more men in the game, why does that offend you so much? Why are you so pressed about it? You'd be the first to complain if there weren't enough waifus in the game. Let's not act like the game isn't catering to female audiences as well. Where's the proof that Wuthering Waves or any gacha isn't targeting female players? A lot of these people also say, well, the game isn't targeted for you, the game isn't centered for women. Well, where's the proof that Wuthering Waves or any gacha isn't targeting female players at all? That's just kind of nonsense people have pulled out of their ass. These dismissive responses are nonsense. It's like saying, if you don't want men, go play Honkai Impact 3rd. But none of you are going to do that because it's just not the type of game for you. It's the same logic but flipped. It's equally ridiculous. So what is my conclusion here? At the end of the day, if people want more male characters in Wuthering Waves, that's fine, and honestly, you're a loser if you're getting all bent out of shape over someone saying this. So my takeaway is let people have their opinions without turning it into some weird defensive rant. If you don't like it, just move on. But if you do care, hey, keep speaking up. Developers listen to their communities, well, Kuru at least is seeming to, and the more diverse the voices, the better these games will become. I appreciate you all for watching. Remember, if you like this video, to like it, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Do you think it's fair to ask for more men in gachas or in Wuthering Waves? And just to remind you, I've got some spicy artwork going on my Patreon this week, and I am going to be returning to streaming on the 27th of September on Twitch, so go follow, and I will see you guys very soon.